Ladies and gentlemen, this is Luminous coming you guys with the I'm Not Even Mad commentary. We are doing WE versus MYM for the Premier League. And boy, we should be so excited for this game. Waiting after a couple of hours, it seems. WE on the Radiant team, MYM on the Dire. If you're not really following the latest Dota 2 news, MYM is formally made up of MUFC plus HYHY. HYHY is the captain, I guess. He's doing the picks. Sharky, Ling, 2 effing G, and Net is the roster for MYM. Obviously, KYXY is not here, and the fanboy in my heart is a little bit broken because KYXY probably one of the best solo mid in Southern East Asian scene, and he's no longer playing. But it's okay. MYM. I mean, it's very, very strong name, and this roster is really legit. So I'm looking forward to what they're gonna bring to the table today. And of course, the WE, you guys should be somewhat familiar with them. Very stable Chinese team. Picks and bans are happening. Looks like WE has the first pick and ban, and they are banning the Chen and Night Stalker. Meanwhile, on the other side, MYM is banning the Furion and the Windrunner. So it seems like the Brewmother and Anti-Mage is in the pool, and WE, without thinking at all, gonna pick up the Anti-Mage, and Brewmother is gonna get picked up on the other side. Lich is gonna be the secondary support. A lot of things to talk about already. Let's talk about the Lich real fast. Lich against Anti-Mage is definitely not a bad way, because Frost Armor, even though it doesn't help too much against the mass attack speed of Anti-Mage, plus 9 armor and the fact that Frost Armor does give the enemy minus 20% attack speed does help. You know, every little bit helps. Especially if Dire wants to pick up somewhat squishy / intelligence heroes. So it's not bad. Now, Anti-Mage is a hero that we are all very familiar with. Very high win rate is the most important thing. But also, he's a hero that's easily able to push down if you could find him in a very weak position. Earlier points of the game, he still farming for his items. Whether it's going to be a Battle Fury, whether it's going to be a Vanguard, he's still trying to farm for it, and that's probably the best way to push him down. But if you look at this lineup, we're not really having a very strong pushing lineup from the Dire side. You might be thinking, well, isn't Brewmother traditionally a very strong pusher? Yes and no. Brewmother will pressure a lane, but she does it in a very, very long time. It's not a very heavy pusher like a Chen or Enchantress or a Furion that just push down 2 towers instantly. Brewmother takes a while to get the push going. She needs her spiraling going, she needs a lot of level, and this is not like a 2-minute kind of push. And because of that, the Radiant team will have fairly good amount of time to prepare for it. You can see Sand King is picked up as a counter tick to Brewmother, and I've been talking about this. If you watch my cast for Navi versus Nirvana China, we saw Sand King use as a counter pick against Brewmother, and he's probably one of the best in business to do so. Sandstorm, Caustic Finale, and Burrow Shark, all 3 spells are AoE spells, and that means if you successfully pair up your Sand King against the Brewmother, you're not going to get your tower pushed down. And also, Sand King is not going to die to Brewmother, because he simply don't care about the harass when he's in Sandstorm. So Sand King is a very, very good hero to pick up in this case here. And it looks like Faceless Void is going to be the pick, and I don't know if this is gonna be the best pick. And obviously Chain Frost plus Faceless Voice Chronosphere is gonna give you a very, very strong combination. But if you look at some of the synergy, or the lack of synergy is what I'm trying to point out, when you Chronosphere, what the heck the Brewmother is gonna do? Now, whoever's playing the Void, I believe HYHY is playing the Void. I mean, if you're like the Gosu Mega Pro Void and you drop the Chronosphere, you can drop the Chronosphere in such a way that just the tip catches the enemy hero, so even melee hero could attack into the Chronosphere, if that makes sense. But that's just so hard in the team fight, and that's probably not what you're thinking about. You just want to drop down the Chronosphere and hit as many targets as possible. So the lack of synergy coming from the 2 melee heroes on the MYM team, I'm not sure about that. And also, if you look at the other side, of course, Chronosphere always good against Anti-Mage. Just about any stun is good against Anti-Mage, but Chronosphere actually not so good against Sand King. Sand King could channel his Epicenter and blink into the Chronosphere, and he's paused, but his Chronosphere or his Epicenter will still do damage. That's how it works mechanically. So, yeah, I don't know if it works the best with the Faceless Void, but hey, they are very confident, and they're actually picking it so early. And we have to disconnect. Great stuff. Hopefully reconnects somewhere in the middle of this game. Enigma is going to be the ban here on the Radiant side, and Venomancer is going to be the ban on the other side, which, by the way, Venomancer is banned as a anti-counter pusher, if you know what I'm saying. Venomancer is a great counter pusher with all those plague works, so, and Radiant team, Dire team might want to put up a little bit of pressure early on, so they're going to ban the Venomancer to do this. I think the Dire could pick up something like an Ancient Aberration, Ancient Aberration and a Shaker would be good. Ancient Aberration plus Faceless Void is just a cheesy double ultimate combo. Basically grabs a Faceless Void for sure kill. Literally, Chronosphere plus Ancient Aberration Ice Blast for sure kill. Enchantress is going to get banned as well, so both teams evidently a little bit worried about pushing and a little bit of jungling play. And I do believe HY is banning this one very smartly. If you look at the Radiant lineup, right, all of it really requires a lot of EXP. Puck deserves a solo lane. Sand King, you want him to put him as a solo lane against the Sand King. And if you put a Trialing on the Anti-Mage is not going to grab too much EXP. So what HY was thinking was saying, well, maybe they're going to do a dual lane and then they could do Enchantress jungle. So that's kind of his mentality as he banned up Enchantress. Also, Enchantress is very, very good against Frost Armor because her ultimate Impetus is a pure damage spell. So it basically negates Frost Armor survivability bonus. So it's a multi-purpose ban. Not too sure really, though, was WE actually thinking about that pick. Lately, the Chinese scene haven't really played jungling all too much, to be completely honest here. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, WE has some options here. They could go into a Witch Doctor. They could go into a Vengeful Spirit, which actually would be really, really important against a Chronosphere. They could go into Crystal Maiden, that is going to fuel the Anti-Mage, and of course the rest of the teammates so very much. Crystal Maiden probably is Anti-Mage's favorite support, and that might seem really odd. Like, why CM? Isn't Maledict really good? Isn't Swap plus Stun? Oh, Dazzle is going to be the pick here. What? I was talking about why Anti-Mage love Crystal Maiden, given the fact that Anti-Mage actually from time to time runs out of mana, especially if you use that blink a lot, jumping from the jungle camp to jungle camp, you will run out of mana very quickly. So Crystal Maiden helps out in that regard. But Dazzle is going to be the pick, and I'm really confused because Dazzle, I mean, he's a great hero. If you look at every one of his spell, it's just almost game broken. Grave is so good. Poison Titch is not bad as a stun, and a DPS, DOT damage as a slow, it's not bad at all. Shadow Heal in terms of laning, not too bad at all, and his ultimate is just absolutely insane. And on the paper, right, he seems like a broken hero, but then if you actually play him, you're like, wait, why am I not owning with him? And the reason is because if you don't give him solo EXP, he's not going to max any of his spells, and if he's not going to max spells, he's not going to be that effective. Dazzle's one of the most level dependent support there is. Like, he's so level dependent. And simply right now, I don't see the lane from the Radiant team that could support a Puck, a Dazzle, a Sand King solo, and an Anti-Mage. Like, where's EXP going to come from? I do not know. Let's see if WE is going to surprise us with something crazy here. Or they just going to pick into a Dazzle without too much of a plan. Me on the Dire side is going to go pick yet another melee hero. And it's going to be a TIE Hunter. And it seems like they're going to go very, very AoE heavy. I'm scratching my head right now. I mean, Chain Frost plus Ravage, very strong combination, especially throw a Chronosphere on top of that. But once the Chrono is up, half your team is literally not attacking. So that is my concern number one. Now, in terms of laning, I mean, they definitely has laning advantage. Gush with the slow and minus armor. Nova with another slow. Of course, Time Walk gives you a little bit slow as well. They don't have a very reliable stun. That's the other legitimate concern. Without ultimates being involved, without the Ravage and Chronosphere, and if you're participating in small gank engagements, where's the stun going to come from? And there you go, going to come from a Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman, or Shaman. Rasta is what I'm going to call him. And he's going to be going for solo mid. MUFC/MYM loves their Rasta, and they play it so well. Sometimes they go Blink Dagger Rasta, sometimes they go Axic Rasta. But in either case, they're going to go into Arcane Boots first. And use it. He's a great initiator against both Storm Turret and the Anti-Mage. I'm pretty sure they mostly picked it for the Anti-Mage. Also a very great pusher, which again, pushing is kind of the deal that you do want to go into Anti-Mage. So what we're going to see from MYM this game is to put up a little bit of early game pressure with the Rasa and Broodmother pick, trying to stretch the map. Stretch it in a way that we're going to push a bot tower. So okay, two people from WE defend bot, and that meantime, Broodmother's gonna push top, and then you're gonna send 2 people to defend top, and then hey, we're gonna push bot again. So because the Dire team has so many different pushers, and they could do it kind of by themselves. Broodmother does pushing by himself, Rosov does pushing by himself, and the other tri-lane could push by themselves. They could stretch the map so much, and basically put up map pressure or tower pressure all over the map, and force WE to run around like crazy. And also, WE have to worry about the issues themselves because, again, where are they gonna get EXP? Now, obviously, the Dire side also stretching in terms of EXP a little bit, a bit. The Rasa needs the EXP. The Broodmother needs XP, and Tidehunter and Lich, both as supports, they need quite a bit of XP as well. Lich would love to have level 11. Even with level 11, that's not enough, because you want to have the Frost Armor against the Anti-Mage. That would be really nice if you have it as well. So you want the Lich to get so much level. And again, I guess Tidehunter, after he's 6, he's pretty much done. But still, you want him to pick up as many levels as possible as well. On the other side here, we don't know the laning, because the game is paused. But YYJ, by the way, is YYF's brother. I'm kidding. I don't know who YYJ is, but he's playing the puck. And Yumi's going to be on the solo mid Storm Threat. SJQ is going to be on Sanking. ROC is going to be on Dazzle. And is that Mike? MIK? Milk. That's Milk. Hey, I didn't know Milk play on WE. He's playing the Anti-Mage. On the other side here, it is going to be, let's talk about, Net is going to be on the Tidehunter, Sharky on the Lich. HY is going to be on Dazzle. Ling is going to be on the Rasta, and TFG is gonna be on the Broodmother. TFG, by the way, has an insane puck. I'm sad to not see him the puck, but he plays carry very decently as well. And did I say HY was on something? No, he's on the Void. What was I saying? I was right the first time when I say, oh, HY is gonna play the Void. Indeed, he is playing the Void. Let's see what the laning is gonna be as both teams getting into position. Yeah, we're gonna see a support Dazzle. Ooh, look at this. This is very high investment, and no restore. Okay, once restored, and looks like what? I'm genuinely confused. Okay, so they're gonna just dual lane puck Sanking, unless he's gonna just roam off somewhere.
30 seconds to battle.
All right. I'm just so confused. All right, looks like interesting item build here as well. Unless you haven't purchased, yeah, we have a salve here as well. No stats from HY. Okay. Both teams roaming around. I think they were just dropping some offensive wards. You can see this ward is most commonly warded off, and of course the other side, if they're prepared for it, they would have sentry wards. They don't, because that's what they're not going. Yeah, they're going to put their tough lane on top, which is very interesting. This is so uncommonly done. Puck is going to be solo bottom, as we see Sanking can hover around a haze ring. Yep. Dazzle, Anti-Mage. Are they going to do a lane switch? I think they're doing a lane switch. Yep. I think with this ward they were able to see something. They know Broodmother's on the bot lane. Are they going to switch it up? Sanking in position to just go to the bot lane. He has Burrow Shrek already skilled up. Puck is coming here with Illusion Orb. Anti-Mage going on from mid to top. Wow, this laning is just all over the place right now. Apparently Boba says Milka's 357. Okay, great, thank you. And yep, Anti-Mage in position, warded off this pull camp. Unfortunately, there is going to be at least one pull, and it's going to be a Void and Tidehunter. And right now, Dazzle's going to have an absolute field day in terms of harassing this Void down. Of course, HY with Time Walk skill level 1, they're not going to have the backtrack bonus, and he's going to take some fair bit of damage. The Lich is going to go from the bot to top lane, so the lane's going to stabilize a little bit. We're going to have a Puck Sanking lane. This is crazy stuff against TFG. TFG's not going to care too much. I don't think he's going to die. He might not have the best farm, but I don't think he's going to die. There's no sentry ward on the ground, and we're going to have yet another pause. Check out how we're doing in terms of CS, even though it's just the first creep wave. 13400232. Actually, pretty good CS coming out from the Chinese players. Moving on to Southern East Asian players. 3100022220. Yeah, seems like farm. Come on. What did I say in the beginning? This is Luminous coming, you guys, with the I Ain't Even Mad commentary, because I'm not even mad at all. By the way, I'm Luminous from DotaComCX.com. You can check me out there. And also, you guys could see over here that you can check me on YouTube.com. I have a channel full of Dota 1 and Dota 2 commentaries, so you could check me out there as well. Looks like the game is already back as we see HY really low in terms of HP, and that might not seem like a big deal, but if you consider the fact that he doesn't have a nuke, you can see that a lot of passive harass was done by ROC, so really kudos to him. Of course, I'm sure 357 helping out with the harass there as well. Ling in position, he's a half HP, but it looks like we're going to have a little bit of engagement as Yumi doing a little of passive harass. He did not have his pull just then yet, so wasn't able to get a pull off and do more passive harass there as well. Sentry Ward already in position to counter that one, really well prepared, and that's exactly what I mean. Support nowadays, so they know that their camp is going to get blocks, so they're going to put a Sentry Ward down, and this Ward's lifespan might be very low as well. Back on the bot lane, where's TFG? TFG is hiding in the minimap because he's invis, but he should be absolutely okay. Sandstorm is a skill choice for Sanking. I gotta say this is a mistake in my opinion, because Sandstorm is generally gotten as a solo position if you're gonna go, like, it's a skill that help you stay alive, right? I feel like if you have a disc dual lane, you can actually take Caustic Finale and just blow that Broodmother up. Just push his lane, blow him up, and actually you could, with the help of Pug, you can actually push on an enemy tower. I mean, yeah, Sanking Sandstorm will kind of do the same thing, but there's less explosive power, there's less pushing power, and really I do not believe you really need the escape mechanism against Broodmother, especially with the help of Puck. But no, maybe he's gonna do some pull. Yeah, the camera's ward off, so he's not gonna get any pull off. So I'm not too sure, but it's okay. I mean, it's definitely a very standard build. I'm just thinking that if you kick Caustic Finale, you could, you know, take advantage of this laning a little bit more. On the top lane here, despite what the Lich sacrificed, looks like they are pushing a little bit more, and looks like Hunter already in position to do a pull to kind of get the creep equilibrium back in their favor. Invis Rune being picked up by the Puck, and but he did pick it up under the gaze of a dire ward, so I'm pretty sure Ling knows something is up. Really, he's not backing out for now. He might be in a little bit of trouble. If Stormstray gets off a pull, we do have... No, we don't have silence. Oh, that's very unfortunate. He only has an orb, so won't have the second nuke there as well. As we see, Milk is coming in right now, trying to set something and trying to get the CS. Unfortunately, did not grab it, and we have immediate blink out. ROC might be in trouble if Gush is going to hit it, especially with also those creeps support fire. Looks like not going to be too much done here, as we see both teams being extremely passive. 4 minutes in, no first blood being taken off. Both teams content to just farm out right now. TFG level 5, meanwhile we have Sanking at level 4.5. So despite the fact that they have an interesting dual lane where both these heroes need so much EXP, at the very least they're getting EXP. Tidehunter going to be camping, and Haste Rune, do we have a bottle on Ling? Yes we do, and he's going to bottle that one very nicely. Shadow Shaman getting very nice points of EXP. Yume, pretty much the same thing as well. So both teams are saying we just want EXP, and that's exactly what both teams need. If you look at Puck, Stormspirit, Dazzle, Sanking, one thing I was talking about is how are they going to grab the EXP? Well, it looks like they're going to just play it passive. And same thing on the other side. Ling needs a lot of EXP. Broodmother needs a lot of EXP. Tai and Lich as well needs a lot of EXP as well. So it looks like the tower is focusing on Ling, and wow, we have a nice pull and do a lot of damage. That's going to, at the very least, force a tango and a couple bottle charges. So nicely done, doing some free damage in that regard. And it looks like Yume is going to hit level 6 fairly quickly. And once you hit level 6, there's a couple of things as a Stormstray you could do. You could keep staying in lane and keep on farming. That's most likely it. You can get yourself a TP scroll, as First Blood is happening on the top lane. Looks like ROC was in a little bit of trouble. Double slow coming in from Net and Sharky. And of course, a couple of right clicks from HY. HY is going to do the job. Very standard thing for Luminous to miss First Blood, and still my apology on that. But anyways, with this Stormstray, it looks like he's going to go on the offensive. Going to focus on lane. There's a Hex on him right now, but Yume, very aggressive play. As soon as he hit 6, notice that Ling was at half HP, just went for it, and nicely done. He's going to grab himself control of the lane and also control of the next rune. And if it's a regen rune or a haste rune like that, it's going to be absolutely huge. So nice play from Yume. He's going to grab himself actually a fairly big lead in the next coming minutes. ROC is going to come around, and it is 6 minutes up and going to drop down the rune. And this is a very, very high skill support play. A lot of times if you see more amateur game, or sometimes if you see some support players just like, oh, 6 minutes, I forgot, my ward just ran out. But really, really good supports are on top of it. The first ward ran out, and he's going to drop the second one immediately, and double damage, going to get claimed by Net. Very unfortunately by Yume. He actually got the kill in the melee. Unfortunately, drop your bottle back. Yeah, drop your bottle back. Get some bottle crow going on. No, okay, he's gonna just send yourself a salve. That's cool too. Meanwhile, we kind of have engagement on top lane. Net's gonna come around with double damage. Gonna focus on Milk. Milk blinks out. He has Grave nicely done. He's actually gonna go offensive. Ball steep play, but he might be in trouble. He's gonna salve on melee, and Net is gonna go down. Nice play from WE players. ROC gonna pass a salve as well. Perfect play from these dual combination. Grave, immediate self-salve from Anti-Mage, and then he went right back, perfectly realizing he's going to survive there as well. So really beautiful play on the top lane. On the bot lane, he looks like a little bit more engagement as well. Ultimate being dropped from the Sand King, and looks like they're going to burrow him down as well, and looks like this tower might be in trouble. Immediate TP coming in from the Tidehunter to grab himself a little bit of EXP. It's basically free XP now in a trade-off of a TP throw. They're fine with that. They're fine with that. Boots of speed already picked up on Tidehunter, so despite being support, the fact that he got a couple of pulls, the fact that they got a kill on ROC earlier, got himself the boots of speed, and that's going to be very helpful to him. Back in the mid lane, Yuumi doesn't have too much mana to work with, so really Link could be very safe in this point right now. He is level 6, and he does not have a TP scroll, so both teams fairly safe from being ganked from these really mid-game high or mid lane very high impact heroes. Stormspirit and Rasa could both TP in and gank like crazy, but seems like both of them just very content to farm right now. A war being dropped down right behind ROC. I think ROC definitely saw that. Looks like we have an engagement. Oh, ROC could actually go on right there. H1, no mana left. That means Anti-Mage actually can't do too much damage to him right now. Sharky might take a couple of points of damage. Nope, it's going to be completely okay. Let's look at Anti-Mage skill build. 2 levels on the break, 1 level on the blink, and 2 levels on the spell shield. Trying to survive a little bit more passively, and that definitely helped him survive during that previous engagement. Of course, Grave did most of the work, but spell shield, a little bit more passive survival as well. 8-minute rune be not spawning on Yuumi's side, and I really feel for him right now because I personally I know exactly what's feeling. You're just waiting for every single rune and it never ever spawns on your side of the map, and you just feel sad. Net in position with the haste rune trying to set something up, but he's only level 4, so he's not going to do too much. Not too sure what I like the fact he's skilling Anchor's match, and I mean it's a very aggressive build, but if you look at the enemy lineup, right, they have a Storm Spirit that he is gonna target you and he's gonna grab you, and if you don't have a single level of Kraken Zero, that means you're gonna give the Anti-Mage, or excuse me, you're not gonna give you're going to give the Radiant side a chance to actually burst you down from 100% health to 0 health. And, I mean, one of the best thing about Tidehunter is you could avoid that if you just put a single point into a Kraken Shell. Let's see if it's going to do that later on. But right now, double Anchor. I mean, again, very aggressive build. And he's been helping his team to grab kills. But I think as against a Stormster and a Puck, the fact that they have so many silence, the fact they have so many initiation, I think it's safer just to get a single level of Kraken Shell. But hey, we'll see how it plays out. Looks like Sharky is hitting level 6 despite the fact that he's been, you know, not in the lane so much. I mean, he's just roaming, doing a little bit of pulls, but hey, once he picks up level 6, he's going to be a devastating part of the teamfight lineup of MYM. TFG on the bot lane, not actually doing too much. I mean, he's got his Soul Ring. Ooh, very aggressive Burrow Strike, trying to get something up. Central Ward is dropped down, so they definitely want to kill on him right now. Meanwhile, TFG, yeah, he just have the Soul Ring. Unfortunately, unable to get too much farm. One thing to look out for from TFG is going to send his Spylings in the jungle and try to get some farm this way. But still, it looks like it's not going to be too effective. And it looks like we have Dazzle coming in, trying to get set up a kill. Keep in mind that the webs give very small vision. I don't believe he's within the vision area of the web. It looks like they're going to still go in for TFG. Ultimate going to get dropped here for TFG. And I think he's going to be absolutely fine. So that ultimate was a little bit of a waste, especially when Dazzle was not even in position. And, well, they were hoping something. Maybe they should have waited for Puck to get close enough to drop down on Dream Coil as well. Looks like Ross is going to try to get an invisibility rune. He's going to pick it up. Do we have any True Sight here? Looks like we don't. Oh, we don't have True Sight. Very lucky. No. Pop your invis. Pop your invis. You got to pop your invis. Looks like Stormstar is going to come in right now for Net. There's a pull on Net. Net's going to go down. And that's a kill here. It looks like Link's going to go invis. Maybe it'll sense it. Drop down Remnant. Drop down. No. Okay. Gonna be fine. 4-man kill, 4-man gank against Tidehunter. I don't think the MYM team really cared too much because it was literally a 4-man gank against your support. It's okay because you're getting numerical advantage on the other sides of the map. But it looks like Tidehunter are ready TP back and they're gonna try to set something up again. Right now the initiation power is so much in handy in favor of the WE. They have Puck, they have Sand King, they have Stormster, and this Stormster is making big plays right now. Very impactful play. Took down the mid lane there and also did get a kill on the Tidehunter. And you might be thinking, well, again, Tidehunter just a support. Is it that important to kill him? I gotta say, it's so important to kill down Tidehunter. Simply because of the fact that once he turns level 6, he just adds another big card in MYM's hand. And as long as you could delay that, there's more benefit to you as you fight the next, team fights in the next couple of minutes. Now check out how Farm doing on the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage only got 38 creep kills, 12 minutes in the game, and that's not good at all compared to a Void. Chronosphere is going to be a drop down. Chain Frost going to be on him as well, and it looks like we are going to get the kill on. No! Wow, that Chain Frost so hacked right now. So he might still no, he is not. That last Chain Frost flew to him, but didn't hit. And he was able to survive for I thought he was dead for sure, but actually was able to survive for a long time. Unfortunately, Lich got the single lasted on him. And that is the disadvantage of not having Dazzle in position. But what they're getting in return is maybe a trade on this tower. They're trying to get this tower pushed down, but Broodmother in position to defend this. This tower might just get denied ROC. Let's see if you're going to man up and get that tower. Oh, man. Come on, come on, come on. Deny. Oh, no. TFG got the deny off. Barrel Strike's going to miss. That was very, very unfortunate. Haste Rune being picked up by Ling. Let's see if they're going to go offensive. Dazzle can be easily picked off. As we have a... Uh-oh. Oh, Dota 2. Don't trip with me, guys. Are we okay? Are we okay? Is that just me?
Yep.
Okay, my Dota 2 just crashed. Hopefully I could join right back in. I could join back in, right, Atri?
Yeah, you can just hit reconnect.
Okay.
Disconnect issues are really your fault the entire time?
This time was my fault. Don't rub it in. Don't worry, we were back. I was just trolling. Come on. Come on, guys. We didn't miss anything. Yeah, no, we didn't miss anything. 4-3, we're still okay. Looks like WE in position to get a push going on top lane. We had a TP out, and Broodmother, look at this. We've seen this time and time after again. Hey, if there's no one in the lane, Broodmother is going to say, hey, we have a free tower, and he's going right on top of that. So yes, WE is doing some shenanigan on the top lane, but you got to send someone back, and now you have a free lane for your puck or Sanking. Come on, come on. And it looks like Sanking in position to save his top, but you can see that tower just lost half HP just in that small amount of time that no one's in the lane. And good move by TFG saying, oh, well, it looks like Sanking is back, and it's send our Spiderlings in the jungle. No big deal. No big deal at all. Back on the top lane, HY is farming like an absolute champ. Let's check out his CS. He's got 50. Well, that's not actually not too good a farm. I thought he was farming like an absolute champ because he literally had protected farm for the most part. Anti-Mage is keeping him down, but Anti-Mage actually, so looks like both carries have respectively poor farm, and that's going to cancel each other out. Ling's got 50, 61 on TFG, and this side Sankey's got 70, Storm's got 61. So farm's fairly even, 27 on the puck. Lich and Tidehunter, it's going to cancel out. So farm very even. Tower advantage in the favor of the Radiant side, with one tower down, but kill advantage in the favor of Radiant side as well. So if I pull up the goal difference menu, yeah, nothing to write home about. 500 goal up here. Sanking ready to set something up. Tidehunter, by the way, does not have his ultimate still, so he can't really do too much. And you can see that Sanking, despite the fact he's playing against two here on the other side, no big deal. We're on the middle lane here. Looks like Ling's gonna try to push that one down. Nicely done by Yume. Oh, actually that tower was denied, right, on the bot. So the mid tower deny is gonna completely even that one up. And it looks like Ling's going to come on the top lane with Invisibility Rune, and yeah, there's ping going on because there is a ward seeing that, and these guys need to get the heck out. No, they're very brave, and we're going to see a double kill going in favor of W. Where's the Hex? Where's the Shackle? There's the jumping right now, but immediately blink! Ling, what are you doing, my friend? That was a free kill on an Anti-Mage. Just, come on, break your invis. Unfortunately, they did not do that. And Anti-Mage says, low. He has Vanguard finish, gonna go for Strength Treads. This is a sign that he's very worried about survivability, maxing Spell Shield as well. Maybe they wanted to get a double kill. Chronosphere gonna get dropped for 2. Ling, drop down your ward. Chain Frost gonna get dropped as well. ROC, unfortunately, he was not able to drop off his his grave. It looks like they're gonna go on the offensive. Ling still in position. Drop off your hex. Drop off your wards. Nicely done. HY gonna go on the offensive again. Puck might be in trouble. There's a nuke on him as well. Nuke gonna get dropped on Ling, but he was a healthy amount of health thanks to his arcane boots. And it looks like they're gonna still go on offensive. Sanking comes in right now. Burrow Strike, nothing, my friend. Is he lagging? I assume he's lagging right now. And looks like Ling might be in a little bit of trouble. Ling is gonna go down thanks to Stormster. Milk, very low HP. Sanking comes in right now. Invis gonna go on offensive still. Maybe looking for a Lich. Burrow Strike is on cooldown already. Gonna Burrow Strike in a couple of last. Ultimate gonna get dropped. His ultimate is gonna do so much damage. Unfortunately, I bet, yeah, he has to be lagging. There's no way that in normal circumstances he's gonna miss an easy kill like that on Lich. So I assume he's just lagging right now. Tie Hunter doing a little bit of damage in terms of accuracy. Yeah, SK so much lag. Boba understands as well. And he's just in huge trouble right now. And despite these lags, WE is still holding themselves 5-5. I mean, they're not in a very decent position. But I definitely believe that W could have won that team fight very handily if lag was not an issue. And again, TFG says, well, we have free tower being pushed down. So nicely done by TFG. Again, recognizing the fact that there's a team fight going on. He's not going to really... I mean, he has a TP scroll. He can TP in. But the fact that Broodmother just does that, he's just going to push a lane. And that's exactly what he did. And it looks like Yume in position to try to farm off a couple of Spirings. Nicely done for him. I wonder what Yume's item set is going to be. BKB is kind of the stable core for Storm Spirit. But against a Void, maybe not so. Maybe he's going to go for an Orchid, because if you could jump in and Orchid the Rasta or the Void, that's going to be a huge advantage for the WE players. But I mean, you jump in and you get Hex immediately, that's going to be an issue as well. So maybe he's going to go for BKB. In either case, either item is really good on Storm Spirit. And the question is, what is going to pick up? And it looks like it's going to be, yep, it's going to be Orchid. We'll have to see whether that is going to be the correct decision, as we see one guy coming around here. Vanguard is going to get purchased on Sanking. So earlier today we saw Vanguard on Sanking. I was saying, oh, that's a sign of weakness, I want to say, because generally you don't need Vanguard on Sanking. Or maybe it's going to be a very stable build, and especially how the Chinese plays them. Okay, this is the second time I see Vanguard on Sanking, but hey, it's actually not bad. I mean, give you more survivability, and Sanking in a team fight, if he survives, he could do a lot, especially with the Blink Dagger. And he has Arcane Boots up as well for a little bit more mana usage. That's cool. I suppose. I know it actually makes sense. If you think about it, Sanking normally, right, does not skill Caustic Finale, and these points of Caustic Finale goes into stats. And normally he's tankier, but since you're playing against the Broodmother, and since you want Caustic Finale, that means you're missing at least 4 points of stats. And the Vanguard and the Arcane Boots definitely help out in that regard. So it definitely makes sense. Maybe if you're playing a standard Sanking lineup and don't play against Broodmother and don't level Caustic Finale, then you don't need a Vanguard. Maybe that's, I guess, my read on that one. Looks like I'm going to try to set a gank on the top lane. In terms of ultimate, we have every single ultimate up here for the Dire team. And then the Void in position. Wow, Void already have a Battle Fury finished. And what does Anti-Mage have? Not too much. He's got Strength Shreds and Vanguard up. Looks like these guys are smoked. They're trying to set something happening. But I really do not believe the W team have what it takes to win this big team fight. I mean, they have Puck and stuff, but still. They really need Sanking with his Epicenter to do really too much. Tie Hunter and Lich in position. Maybe they're trying to set up something against Anti-Mage. He's going to jump in right now against 357. Where's the Chain Frost? Where's the Chain Frost? Still no Chain Frost just yet. Grave is on him, so he should be okay for now. He can definitely get the blink out. He is going to blink out right now. Storm's going to zip in and focus on Ling. Is Ling going to be okay? Ling's not going to be okay. He does go down, not before he drops his ultimate right now. Storm's going to go on HY. Looks like Anti-Mage survived and got the kill. WE right on the comeback to get a kill. Looks like Broodmother actually TP'd in to trying to get something going in. Looks like YYJ is not going to go in for the kill because Broodmother, with that TP, is going to usher him away. Sanking's still in position, going to drop off a Sandstorm and annoy that Broodmother a little bit. I do really believe Broodmother should have just pushed. I mean, hindsight is 2020. We saw that Broodmother TP in, but he wasn't able to do too much. And really, that's going to be the case for most Broodmother TPs, and that's why we don't see Broodmother TP that much. If you think about it, Broodmother is just a melee hero without a stun or a slow. And the reason that Broodmother TPs don't really work is you need a web to really chase. And he did drop a web, but it was, kind of in the wrong position, as he basically wasted at least a minute or so of free farm. And he's not too happy with that. And also, if he didn't TP, we're going to see this tower at least lose a couple hundred HP points. So I think TFG did commit a strategic mistake there, but again, nothing too big. And teammate's going to TP on the bot lane here. It's going to be a broadsword, so definitely going to go for that Battle Fury. What he's going to do right now is going to farm up for the Battle Fury and also for a Crawling Blade. And he's going to pick up both of them at the same time. After he has Battle Fury and Crawling Blade, he's going to farm all over the jungle like an absolute madman. And the reason that you do get Crawling Blade on the enemy mage is because it literally speeds up your farming rate by 33%, which is absolutely legit for an item that costs, what, 225 gold, especially if you can sell it for 125 later on. Really, really good. But that's still a bit away from that because we only have 600 gold on the anti-mage. And actually, I mean, very interesting build on the anti-mage, opting for full survival build, and also a very interesting pick on the Dazzle. And I think they foresaw this, the fact that Chronosphere and the Chain Frost would be so devastating, and the fact that if they could TP in and drop a grave, that's all that matters. And so far in the last team fight, hey, that's exactly what it saw. Anti-Mage looked like he was dead, and he might just still be dead right now. Can he get the blink off? Uh-oh, Chronosphere, 4-man gank on him right now. Is it going to be enough? We have immediately see dueling. Yeah, he's not going to make it out alive. Shaco, he almost got the TP out. Really close. But it looks like MUFC, or excuse me, MYM now, going to drop off the ward just for that kill. And personally, I don't like this too much, using ward for hero kills, because I feel like whenever you drop the ward, because of the high cooldown, you should be able to get a tower kill, for sure. But looks like they are going to get a tower kill regardless, because they have 4 hero on the bot lane. But unfortunately for them, W says, okay, we're going to get a tower push on the mid lane. Stormstrider with double damage, going to harass down this tower as well, so they might just trade 2 tower for 1. Stormstrider by himself, I mean, he's pushing down this tower with this double damage. So at the very least, they're going to get a very good trade for WE, and they definitely need this trade, especially considering that they're lagging and whatnot. And no TP defense, and Stormstrider is going to get free tower for his team, and they might actually defend this. Yeah, MYM is going to just back off now because they're saying we got to defend this one. So it looks like MYM just lost 2 tower for free, and WE just got a Chinese New Year present early for them. Really nicely done. Let's check out the goal difference, and it looks like this game is just all over the place right now. Both teams just fighting over advantage, and this game is so even. TFG farming in the jungle, and that's a sad place to farm for a Brewmother. I mean, he should be barreling out of control on this bot lane, but unfortunately, he's farming his own jungle, and he's spotted by his ward, so he's got to be worried about ganks as well. YYF's younger brother, YYJ, is going for Mecha with interest, so it looks like Puck is being played as a support. Orchid is completely finished on this Brewmother, so I'm definitely not going for the BKB. Looks like Stormstrider going for a similar route, and after that tower, yeah, he's gonna have his Orchid fairly soon as well, just missing 300 or 400 gold, so he's doing a fairly good job. Looks like Void. I wonder if Void's gonna get a Vanguard at this point. Generally, you don't get Vanguard, especially after you got the Battle Fury. If you're gonna get a Vanguard, generally you get it before. So he might just go for a very tanky item, but look at that, bro, switching them treads like a champ. Nicely done. I always love to see pros taking small advantages and, using your treads to the fullest potential and not being a mana waster. Look at that, jumping on power tread in. I love it. He's going to be getting some farm on the mid lane. Meanwhile, TFG trying to reestablish his Brewmother presence on the top lane, but you got to start dropping them web and having them all over the place, because that's exactly what you need to do. Oh, nice. Sending your Spylings to scout. What a pro move. That's really the small things that really distinguish a good Brewmother player and a not good Brewmother player. TP scroll and South being picked up. Both team a lot of positional play. And this is a good time to actually look at the mini-map and look at what each team see. So if you look at Radiant Fog, right here, Radiant Fog, they see decent stuff. They were able to see a hero coming on the top lane. They have very good anti-war control. Good. Wow, this is a very defensive war being dropped down here. So nicely done here. Radiant see quite a bit. So let's look at the dire side. What did they see? They don't see as much in terms of enemy territory. They have a very aggressive ward being placed down here. This probably was dropped down earlier when they were setting up the gank on the anti-mage to see if people were TPing in, and also when they were trying to push down this tower. But for the most part, yeah, they have the Roshan warded down as well. Both teams having fairly good ward control. Definitely very different from the game that we saw just earlier between Na'Vi and Nirvana China, where the entire map was barren of wards. So, good divergence. Looks like both teams content to farm, and looks like the Mask of Madness is going to be the item choice for Faceless Void, which is, again, a very standard lineup. Battle Fury into Mask of Madness. It's going to give him a lot of DPS output, but as a trade-off, he does not have a lot of survival. And against this lineup, it might be a little bit dangerous considering Stormstrike can come in zip. We have a lot of silences, we have a lot of stuns, and even though he's doing a lot of damage, Grave could just be the ultimate party pooper. It looks like Stormstrike is gonna zip right now. Anti-Mage in position as well. There's a but that Ravage gonna be in position. Yume's gonna go down. Anti-Mage gets jumped in and chronoed up, and that was so unfortunate for the Radiant side. 2 kills that the Radiant did not expect to give up, and they're going to go straight in for the Roshan. Yes, they are, because they are on the Dire side. Going to jump right in, and that's a free Aegis, and that might just determine the game. I know we're only 26 minutes in, but this is a huge momentum shift in the game. The game was such a nice balance, but you give away 2 kills on your carries, and you give away the Aegis on the Dire as well. Ooh, this might be a kill. It might be a thing that you cannot recover from. So I'm really, really afraid for WE right now. MUFC, or MYM, excuse me, to be completely honest, caught a big break, but it looks like one hero gonna be Sanking. Bro, my friend, you gotta be careful. Blink, blink. No, there's a hex on him right now, and Sanking, I have no idea what he was thinking, but well, now he has 51 seconds in the fountain to think about why the hell did I just do that, because I need to spend 51 seconds and think about why the hell did he do that. Well, at the very least, they're preventing the Roshan. Yeah, I could tell you for sure that's not exactly what in my, oh man, if I die here, they're not going to stop roaching. But that's the effect of that, I suppose, okay? So I guess it worked out, I suppose, but still, I mean, that was very strange. Mecha completed on the puck. Nicely done. He has a salve on him. And generally, it's very, very important to carry salves on you, especially if you're trying to stop a push against the Broodmother. Unless you're like Sanking or Venomancer, that, you know, you saw push cold by yourself, but against a Broodmother, what the Broodmother player loves to do is spam spawn Spiderlings with his Soul Ring regen right on top of your face whenever it comes off cooldown. So if you don't have enough HP regen, you're going to get owned. So Puck in the top lane trying to farm up for that Blink Dagger. I don't really think he even needs a Blink Dagger, but it would be very, very helpful, especially against the TIE Hunter, who finally has a level of Kraken Shell. Thank God, because if he doesn't, man, going to be really, really in big trouble. Anti-Mage still trying to finish up his Battle Fury, and he's going to have some trouble finishing up Battle Fury, and it looks like we're going to have some type of engagement going on the top lane here. We do have a pair of Sentry Wars, so that should see people, and it looks like they are going to run straight into the site of this war. Oh, no, they're turning around. TIE Hunter going to run into it, and it looks like Stormster is going to zip right in for the net. Where's the pull? They're lagging so hard right now. Yeah, that's a lag. Immediately, generally when we see zips and pull, he still haven't used a pull right now. Anti-Mage blinking right now. Burrow Strike should be on cooldown, and they're going to get the kill for sure. Looks like, oh, Chronosphere grabbing 2 here, but without Lich in position. Oh, there's a Lich Chain Frost, and that's going to do so much damage, but they're so tanky. The Vanguard being very helpful. Silence going on. HY. Chronosphere is down. Anti-Mage still doing the right click. TFG in position, trying to get something going right now. HY is slowed down. It's going to jump out right now. Everyone, in terms of healthy HP, they have healthy mana as well. Stormster are going to walk in just for pull. Zip for the pull. Nicely done. Good calculation on that range. And HY just explodes without the tanking potential of that Vanguard. And it looks like Anti-Mage still trying to chase down TFG. TFG so quick under that web, and he should be absolutely fine. But he's very low in terms of HP as well, and they do count him just right now. Do we have Dust? No, we don't. Dust on cooldown, so unfortunately for them, was not able to bring down, but really, really nicely done here. For W, gonna get the advantage back for themselves. Very aggressive gang, and this type of aggressive gang, we don't see too much from Chinese team. Looks like we have an Orchid going on YYJ. He should be absolutely fine. Ravage gonna drop, but YYJ was outside of Ravage range. It looks like Milk got the tower for free. No Grave on himself because he did not have mana. So nicely, well, they got a kill, but I think for a tower, can he get the blink out? Blink barely make it out alive, but TFG so very quick. Spawn Spiraling cooldown almost up. It is up right now. There's a dust being used. Oh, Sandking, what are you doing? Burrow Strike, no, Silence was on top of him, so he cannot burrow hug. Maybe because he was saying, oh man, I'm not going to die like crazy because I'm Sanking. Unfortunately for him, TFG just showed him the Orchid and got an absolute free kill. It looks like MYM going to go with the push going the other way. Stormster does not have a TP scroll. He's trying to get right to this shop, but even if he gets to the shop, he won't have enough time to really defend this tower. It depends on how hard MYM is going to push. Looks like it's not going to push enough. They're going to back off, and I do believe WE just dodged a big one. We see ping on pink right now, so they definitely know that he does not have a TP, but he is coming in for double damage, so should be okay. So 30 minutes in right now, the kills count 11 to 12. It's difficult to tell who's actually ahead, so let's actually look at the farm chart. 146, 139 on the anti-mage, 108 on the puck, and 128 on the Sanking. Very, very good farm distribution. You can see that everyone over 100. Very good farm distribution. Me on the other side, we have 3 people farming instead. 128 on HY, and looks like Ling has a 206, and looks like TFG has 161. So it seems like these guys are distributing the farm on 3 people, but they're not leading the farm by too much. I think if we pull up the goal difference chart, yeah, it's Radiant team that's leading. The fact that they're very even in the kill count, the tower count is, yeah, the tower count is dead even as well. It just means that the Radiant team is out farming MYM. And I really, really love the fact that they're giving farm to even to support. I think I haven't seen any other type of teams like Southern East Asian team. They generally don't do that, as evident by here. European teams very rarely. Like sometimes you see a jungler get a lot of farm, but aside from that, I mean, rarely you see 4 players having so much farm. Everyone breaking 100, and that's good. That means your Pug is going to do a lot of work. Your Sand King, despite not having the best growth in the world, is doing a lot of work as well. And I mean, they're farmed. They're farmed. And once we get to the late game stage, who has a better late game? Well, it really depends. It really depends. If you look at the Dire side, right, they are so ultimate based. Ultimate. I mean, these are different heroes when they're ultimate off cooldown, and I really believe that favors the Radiant team as it goes in later and later stages of the game, because there's going to be one team fight where WE might just lose a team fight, but they could buy back, and immediately they'll get back in the fight, and they're going to start owning. But you cannot buy back your ultimates. That's that part of the story. Like, these ultimates have such high cooldown that they're not going to do too much once their ultimate's down, and well, they're going to lose our team fight, and I don't think really it's going to go for them. And really, the true story about Void is that if he does not have his Chronosphere up, he's literally just a big melee creep that could jump around, literally, because you could just kite him, you could stun him, and he's stunned. Without Chronosphere, he's a different hero. So, you know. Ooh, very odd. He did not pick up a Crawling Blade. I'm not too sure whether that's... I think that's a mistake. Does he have on the shaker or something? Because Crawling Blade is a 200 gold item that increases your farm literally by 33%. But hey, don't pick it up, man. Save that 200 gold. Now on the top lane here, we have WE just getting some push, getting some farm going on, but more importantly, getting some level. As you can see, Dazzle, despite we're playing, 31 minutes in the game, he's level 9. And once he has Shallow Grave max, I'm surprised he doesn't have Shallow Grave max. Jesus. Shallow Grave at level 1, as you can see, 400 range compared to 1,000 range when it's max. It's a totally different spell. And I'm surprised he has a max because how important Shallow Grave is, especially against Chronosphere. Looks like both teams suspecting there's a Roshan engagement and they're hovering all over it. Maybe they're waiting for a smoke? Smoke on the high ground? Smoke on the high ground? Nope. There's smoke on the high ground, trying to set something up, but unfortunately for the Radiant team, they don't really have the ward control either. Let's see how good the map awareness is. Oh, Puck right on top of that. How does he know? And they're going to jump straight in for the Roshans. They have Storm Spirit on the double damage, but the thing is so hard to jump into this area. It looks like the MYM team is going to back out for sure. Yeah, the team is going to back out for sure. Roshan engagement very in favor of the Dire because they have the Chronosphere, Chain Frost, and Ravage. But the Radiant team not lacking on that because they have the initiation. It really comes down to positioning. This is such a positional game. And it looks like these Mass Serpent Ward is wasted. And the thing, the long cooldown, it's such a big thing. So if a team fight breaks out right now, WE should have a slight advantage if they don't get caught by a 4-man Chronosphere. You may gonna use his Remnant because it gives you unobstructed flying vision for 12 seconds, and you're gonna dropping in for a little bit of scouting. Looks like both teams still in position, but Tidehunter has a Blink Dagger, Ravage, Smoke of the Sea being purchased once again. Are they gonna pop this one and happen again? Yeah, everyone's ultimate's up except Rasta. Puck's ultimate is down as well, but his ultimate cools down very quickly. Mecha and I wonder if he's going to go for Blink Dagger or just Force Staff. I think Force Staff might be a little bit more effective. Of course, you cannot Force Staff your teammate if they're trapped by the Chronosphere, but you could Force Staff the Void, which in some cases might just be as good. Sand King, of course, Blink Dagger is up after his Vanguard Arcane Boots. Anti-Mage Battle Fury finished for a long time, and 2k go in the bank. Might be going for... Oh, they did see HY just jumped up. Maybe they could take advantage of that. They know HY is not with his teammates, and they could set something up. Maybe they're going to go for a gank. No, they can't really gank him. Mask of Madness is up. Ogre Club is going to be next. Of course, BKB is going to be the item choice here. Umake's going to Orchid. Very close to his BKB as well. So once he has his Orchid BKB, he could just jump in without fear and just go to town. And you might be thinking, well, why isn't he jumping in with the Fear? Doesn't Chronosphere go through the BKB? Yes, it does. It definitely goes through BKB. But if HY wastes a one-man Chronosphere on WE and the Storm Spirit just dies, I think they'll take that. Yeah, Storm Spirit for a Chronosphere, that's great. They'll jump in with the rest of the guys and clean up. Because without Chronosphere, Void is just a big right-clicking melee creep. So really, at that point, once the Storm Spirit has an Orchid BKB, he jumps in, he pops the BKB, and he's going to go on your Rasa, he's going to go on Lich, and he's going to force your hand. Are you going to drop the Ravage, or are you going to drop the Chronosphere? You don't want to, but you kind of have to. It looks like Link going on defensive, trying to find Sanking. Sanking's going to Burrow Strike out, Storm Spirit's going to get out. Don't fight this Chronosphere for nothing! HY, huge blunder here, and that just means that they're going to go straight for the Roshan. If WE know what they're doing, they could go straight for Roshan or for TFG. TFG might just get pulled. Do they have any dust? No, they don't. Yes, they do. They're going to pull on him right now, and they could start this team fight like crazy. Nope. A little bit of misplay from both sides here. And this team, right now, WE could play as aggressive they want to because Chronosphere is going to be down. Yes, Master Serpent Ward's back up, but really, it's nowhere near compared to Chronosphere. What is WE going to do? Are they going to play passive, or are they going to go on the Roshan? Looks like they are going to go for a Roshan. I do believe this is the correct choice here. And they're going to just send Anti-Mage in just by himself. And here comes HY, but he does not have the ultimate. Again, a different beast, but trying their best to scare away Milk. And they're doing an adapt jobbing. So, man, this team, again, this game is so strategic, so positional based. I'm sure you guys want to see numbers flying across the map and kills every 2 seconds. But personally, I love this type of game where a lot of positional plays, a lot of movements. And it seems like the advantage is in the WE's hand right now. They're hovering around the Roche area, but here comes the Scourge. Here comes a Dire. Net has a Blink Dagger Ravage. He's going to jump in right now. Roshan very low. This is going to be very close right now. Both teams using the nukes, and looks like Net being very patient. Roshan is taking Anti-Mage Gadget right now. Now he jumps in. I'm not too sure about this one. And he drops a couple of spells to silence on ROC, but this was really bad. Ultimate comes in from the Sand King. My goodness. Dreamcoin 4. Epicenter on 4 as well. WE on cleanup duty right now. Anti-Mage blinking right now. Storm zips in. 4 high is going to go down. The first game might be in the reach of MYM. And did I say 20 minutes ago, did I just say this might just be a victory for MYM after Yume and after Milk died in this particular position, and after the fact that MYM could have taken down the Roshan, they did not, because Sand King was pulling some shenanigan over here. It is WE winning this team fight handily, putting themselves in a huge advantage, and they're going to push their racks down very, very quickly. Still 38 seconds to avoid. He does have Chronosphere when he still come back right now, but can they defend for 34 seconds? Rasa will have Mass Serpent Wards when he come back, but again, the initiation power on WE, they will have Storm Spirit, they will have a Blink Dagger on Sand King, and yes, they will have Blink Dagger on Puck despite the fact that he has very low mana. WE senses his blood in the water, and it's going to go on for the melee racks. Nothing the MYM team could do about it, and looks like they're going to take this game. Well, no, I spoke too soon. They're going to take this racks for now. I'm gonna refrain from saying, oh man, they're gonna win now, because I just made that prediction too early, and MYM made some very, very crucial mistakes, such as dropping a Chronosphere for a single Sand. I mean, even if he killed the Sand King, to be completely honest, even if he killed the Sand King, I still believe a Chronosphere would have been a huge waste in that regard, because WE, they might be able to fight a 4v5 without the Sand King, especially with Chronospheres now. I'm not too sure about that, but still, that Chronosphere was a huge gamble, and it did not work out for them right now. ROC, again, picking up from very crucial levels. Weave a level 2, that definitely helped out a lot in terms of boosting Anti-Mage's DPS. And speaking of Anti-Mage, Yasha Mantis Tau is up, 500 on the bank, and of course, Aegis Immortal on him as well, and his farm is going to just skyrocket this. And after this game, people will be like, oh man, look at Anti-Mage broken, winning yet another game. I just want to ask you, I want you guys to sit down there and ask yourself, how big of impact is Anti-Mage playing this game? Is Anti-Mage winning this game? Is Void losing the game? Or is Anti-Mage teammate like the Stormster, like the Puck, that's winning the game? So, again, just want you guys to... Anti-Mage is, I mean, he's a great hero, but he's not as broken as everyone thinks. Stormster gets a free kill, and he's still going right now. Man, Storm Spear barreling out of control, getting 2 kills on a support, using his BKB, using his mana, and looks like they're gonna just about to finish this one up. WE senses the fact they're in advantageous in position, and it's just gonna pick up 2 supports for free. Now, of course, Chronosphere is up, and these guys gonna be back in about 31 seconds. Storms are very low on the mana, so really, really nicely done for WE, looking like a looking like a top tier team right now. Generally, Chinese teams aren't really good for Dota 2, but this one, WE is like disproving everything right now. So they're making MYM look rather easy. Mid tower is going to get sieged down, and looks like Ratch is going to get hit down as well. They're waiting still. 2 seconds to the Lich, 2 seconds to the Rasa, and WE, are they going to back off for now, or are they going to just be very patient? Sand waiting for the wings. 3k go in the bank. He has Acceptor finish if the item that's going for, or maybe he's going to go for Black King Bar instead. Looks like Black King Bar is going to be his item choice. I'm not too sure what you guys feel about this, but personally I do believe Acceptor on Sand King is a weak upgrade. Because Acceptor is, I mean, it adds what, an extra 1 pulse, or is it extra 2 pulse? It adds some pulses. Ooh, come on, come on. Oh, he did not see it. Very unfortunate. He actually gonna guess on the wrong side. Very sad for you, May. It asks for 1 extra pulse. The extra HP and the extra, what do you call it, is really nice. But in this point, when you have Arcane Boots and Vanguard, I don't think you need the extra HP that the Acceptor provides. So Black King Bar, I mean, again, Chronosphere goes through it, but he's gonna be crazy when against the 4 other guys, because Void aside, what is these guys gonna do when Black King Bar's on Sand King, right? So let's see how Brood's doing. Brood's got the Orchid BKB. So Brood and Storm has the exact same item, but I do believe Storm is actually up in terms of gold. They're fairly the same, but you can see that Storm, to me, Storm I think is having a way more impact in the game. In this game right now, I don't see Broodmother actually putting up too much pressure. I mean, he did some pressure on the bot lane, but that's it. You can say he's only pushed down 1 tower. This tower is still up for WE. This tower was really pushed down by the rest of the team here from MYM. So I think Broodmother as a hero in this game had very little impact. He wasn't the annoying Brood that we are always used to. So I think because of that, MYM's not having the best time in the world. Of course, that Chronosphere miss resulted a lot of stuff like this, and maybe even this. So right now, MYM's playing in a very huge disadvantaged position. But if one team is gonna come back, I believe MYM could do it. MY team as a franchise, I mean, they are home of some of the best comebacks in the world. Now, obviously, that's not the MYM team that we're watching today, but as a franchise, I definitely seen the Singaporean or MUFC MYM had some huge spectacular comebacks as well. But we'll see if they can do it against WE. WE about to win this game right now, and there's just gearing. Wow, a lot of the. I think ROC could pass the dust to Mate to Puck, because dust do share cooldown. So even if you carry so many dust, you cannot pop off crazy dust amounts. Both teams being very patient and very defensive. Mystic Staff being purchased on Stormstrat. And teammate 4k go on the bank. Jeez Christ. What is he going to buy next? Butterfly? I think he could go Butterfly next. Sometimes you want to go for the Heart, but in this case he's already fairly tanky with 1700 HP. He has Grave from the Dazzle. He has Heal from the Dazzle. He has Mecha and whatnot. So I think he could safely go for the Butterfly, despite, you know, you're not the most tanky in the world, but you can make do. What right now WE is waiting for is the creep equilibrium going their way. They want to push top all the way in the base. They want to wait for the bot lane to push all the way in the base, and definitely they want the mid lane to push on the base. And that's a very common pushing tactic where you or of course they want to take down this last tower as well. It's a very common pushing tactic. Oh, as we see a blink initiation from Milk, but look at how tanky he is. Unless you change stun him down, it's a 4-5 man gank. He has the Aegis, so he doesn't even care. I don't think he's. Oh, there's a Ravage being used right now, but Sand King drops an ultimate on net. He does have his ultimate. It looks like, oh, Chronosphere is up on YYJ. YYJ is gonna get ultimate down, but that's a 1-man ultimate. ROC, there's a Grave on him right now. YYJ should be fine. Meanwhile, Stormstrat in the background is gonna be getting so many kills. Looks like the Lich has gone down as well. You might be in a little bit of trouble. TFG is gonna come around and help, and looks at Milk doing so much damage right now. Blink Burrow Strike is gonna do it right now, and that should be the game. Very interesting choice here, very interesting choice from MYM. Went on the anti-mage, fully knowing the fact that he's right next to his teammate, fully knowing the fact that he has the Aegis Immortal. I'm not too sure strategically that made too much sense. I think if you could pick off, let's say, the Storm Spirit, would be a very big part of the team fight. If you pick off the Sand King, that would be really big. But I really do not believe anti-mage was the correct target, because he survived for so long, and he had the Aegis. And right now, WE is going to just coast his way in for a easy Game 1 victory. Now, don't go anywhere. We have Game 2 of WE versus MYM coming in very, very soon. Looks like Mega Creep is going to get picked up fairly soon. And hope you guys enjoying the game so far. And we will have one more game today coming in after this one. And I can't call it GG now because MYM Sharky is calling the GG right now. So well played from W. Well played from both sides. I gotta say this was a very, very close game. And Storm Spirits zips in like a pro. And yeah, nicely done. Nicely done for both teams. Very close throughout. And one single mistake. That's how the game is decided. This is when two top teams are playing against each other. Oh, look at Anti-Mage, man. Man, I mean, WE is winning, but there's one complaint. If I can make one complaint about WE, is the lack of flair, the lack of flashy. You know, if Dendy is winning like this, you will see a Basher, you will see a Maelstrom. But Anti-Mage, buying boring items. Where's your Ethereal Blade, my son? Shout out to B-balling, by the way.
Thy life's weight in mana pay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Can we just bring down the racks and go to game 2?
Dire's middle tower has
Yep, this has been game number 1 of WE versus MYM. Game 2 will be coming soon, very quickly. And of course, I'm Luminous from DotaComSeries.com. You can check me out there, or you can check me out on YouTube. And that's it. Game 1 victory goes to WE, and we will be coming back with Game 2 right now.